Hey, welcome on in, guys. Tobin here with you. Miami Heat get themselves a 106-97 win over the Brooklyn Nets that only had a hour and a half halftime show. They were honoring Vince Carter today. And to be honest with you, I was a little surprised at the Miami Heat TV production. Put the Vince Carter dunk on Alonzo Mourning. I can't imagine Zoe would have loved seeing that, but it was a notorious dunk. You can't hide it with Vince Carter right there with the damn, arm in the rim. Although I know this was a Nets ceremony, so they're probably sticking to their own stuff. But anyway, your Heat gonna win today. Sloppy game, right off the jump. I think a lot of good individual performances, but just as a collective, the Miami Heat played really, really sloppy and is basically the reason this was kind of a game. Miami did get control of it in the third quarter. It was very, very even and some moments, and Noah Clowney would hit a three and D'Angelo Russell would hit a three and just kind of keep it around. But Miami really, in the midst of the third quarter, grabbed the reins of this game. But, to me, number one performance of today, you guessed it, Jović, dude. Hey, I love this kid, man. When you are 21 years old, okay, and you carry yourself with a certain confidence and swagger. I mean, this is a very, very interesting individual, this Nikola Jovic. But dude, he had the audacity and dare I say the audacity to hit a three right in front of Juwan Howard, former Heat champion. And he just started talking that shit right to an absolute NBA great. So I enjoyed that very much. That to me, moment of the game. Moment of the game for Nico. I love when he has the ball in his hands. It's just a well-rounded game overall. And really has just impressed as a young man early on from the defensive side of this game too. Jović today finished with 17 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, just well-rounded all over the place. And I love the dynamic ability that he has with the ball in his hands to do things for this team. Look, it's hard not to be excited with the young pieces. It has been a year where, yeah, obviously there's a lot of drama, the Jimmy Butler thing. Put it in another place. We'll do a video on Jimmy's future, whatever's coming up. I think today, for this team, get their record back to 500. Yes, it is not against a good Brooklyn Nets team, but this has been a weird circumstance for the Heat. If you want to just join together, not only this game with its marathon halftime show, but you had the weirdness that was with Milwaukee coming off of the suspension. So it was good to see them at least even this thing up. Tyler Herro, what can you say about this guy, man? I mean, today another just cool 25 points, 8 assists from Boy Wonder. Some of the finds that he has, man, are really, really impressive. But he had just this beautiful, beautiful bucket where he's like faking the pass, slices and dices through the paint. Pew! Little cross between a runner and a baby float, and gets the Heat a nice lead in the first half of this game. Very, very impressive from Tyler, man. I mean, Spo's giving him the campaign today, talking about it. He's hopeful that he'll get the votes from the coaches. I am too, man. He really was. It's interesting with Tyler because now these things are almost becoming routine. You want to appreciate them while you're in the moment. So I would say for Tyler, he kind of had the through line mostly till we got to the fourth quarter. And then, You also got a great second quarter from Jaime Jaquez Jr. today. Just doing what he needs to do all over the place. Infused a little bit of offense when needed. So for his standpoint, just thought it was a nice showing of Jaime, who's, trying to find his footing in all of this he had the last road trip where he was starting a lot. Now, Spo still going through some things, especially with Kel'el Ware out there now. So I really appreciated his efforts today too. But I thought the fourth quarter really was a fourth quarter that I thought was controlled and brought home by Bam Adebayo, who was just a demon on the boards. And that has been one thing that's been interesting with Ware inserted into the lineup. You just have a couple more guys. You're not boxing everybody out to try and clear things up for everybody. His rebounding has just been tremendous. Tremendous job by Bam Adebayo on the boards in this game. But he had he had just a few moments in here where you could just see strong bucket at the end of the shot clock to start the fourth quarter, early on in the fourth quarter. Nice little give and go with him, emotional with the dunk. So I really like seeing him take it home in a big way today. And then Terry Rozier, just, for him, steady on the boards today. So both of those guys who have been struggling with their shot a little bit did a nice job. But Bam finishes with 17 points, 16 rebounds. If you guys saw the graphic during the game today, they bring it up where he is closing in on Ronnie Seikaly's double-double franchise record. I think he is 6 away right now. Yeah, he's got 115 double-doubles, which is 6 away from tying the Spin Doctor. And that was that's impressive, man. And I like the stories Eric's telling, Eric Reed, where he's, going about this. And he's like explaining how him and Bam wants to know from him where are the numbers at that he's trying to chase down. So he got off to another bit of a tough start from the field. I think he was 2 for 7 to start the game, and he finished the game 6 to 13. So finished 4 of 6. 4 of 6, so he really just got things going. A couple of buckets, really strong by Will today too, where he got it over 3 Brooklyn Nets. I was like, all right, cool. I like this game from Bam. He did it a 3. He had an end of shot clock 3 early on in this game. I think that was his maybe his second shot of the game. So really, really well done by him. You got a couple minutes today in this game from Pelle Larsson, but Spo only gave him a brief stint for the young Swede. But you'll notice I haven't said much of Kel'el Ware today. Kel'el, even in a game where he really struggled with his, probably the first time we've seen him really, really struggle with a lot of shots. Just couldn't get a lot going. He did hit a sick ass 3 though, like late in the fourth quarter. I was like, he couldn't get anything going, and then he just beautiful 3 ball that put the Heat up 6. That, by the way, was right after Nico. Forgot to mention, sick block on Clowney. I just love the game from Nico today. But, Ware didn't really have a lot going. He finished the game still with 7 points, 6 rebounds. But one of those wonky games, just didn't have the touch like he did in previous ones. But I'm still happy with him out there. I think it's a benefit. Spo had the pleasure of having a great game from Nico today, so I think I think from my standpoint, if you have one of those guys going tonight, the Heat are going to be in good shape. If you can continue to get what you've gotten from Tyler, Bam, and Duncan as your vets, Duncan's game going unspoken today too, but just steady as they go for old Dunks. Really, really great job from him. But if you can get one of those young guys going tonight, because it's hard to expect it every single night. If you get both of them going, sheesh. But getting one of those guys going, a good front court mate with Bam at some point, I think that he can be in good shape in those games. Obviously, much better today defensively. You're really were punished basically on your own mistakes. They kept them under 100. Always a big factor for the Heat. I think they said they're undefeated when that happens. So there we go. Congratulations. And by the way, a lot of the Heat giving love to Vince Carter at the end of this thing. So you got the Let's Go Heat chants there at the end. I always love that. I'm always a big fan of and when that comes and you get the New York fans piping up and getting excited. But a great game for the intangibles. And the Miami Heat will now turn this back home to a showdown with the Orlando Magic in their building. And we'll see what that night will have in store for us.